One trick that's quite nice to teach is a hand target, and this is where I put my hand out and I want Bailey to nudge my hand with her nose. It's quite a nice trick in itself, but it's very useful for teaching then other things. So I could ask her to touch my hand and move my hand and she'll follow it. So then I can teach her to go around obstacles or spin in a circle. To start off training this trick, I'm going to get something tasty like a piece of cheese and put it in between my fingers like this. Now Bailey knows clicker training, so I'm going to use clicker training to speed up this learning process. And I'm just going to offer my hand, and as she goes to take the piece of cheese out of my hand, I click. So all she knows at the moment is that she's taken some food out of my hand and she's got to click. I'm going to do that again, pop some cheese in my hand, offer it to her, and when her nose goes towards my hand, I click, so she knows that's right, and then she's eating the cheese as a reward. This time I'm going to have a bit of a treat in my other hand, but I'm going to do the same action and pretend that there's a piece of treat in the hand that I offer her. Good girl. So she went towards the hand thinking that there was a treat in my hand. She touched it with her nose, she got the click, and then the treat appeared from elsewhere. Let's try that again and see what she thinks. Good girl. So she's slowly learning to put her nose onto my hand, and even though there isn't any food there, she still gets her click and her treat. Good girl. Very good. And try again. Good girl. Now that time she quickly worked out that there wasn't any food in that hand, so she came to look for the other hand for her reward. So she knows full well that there isn't that treat in that hand. Good girl. But she's still getting her click and her treat, so she's still being rewarded for putting her nose onto this hand. Because she's putting her nose onto my hand every time, I'm going to start to add in the command. Touch. Good girl. Bailey, touch. Good girl. So for quite a few repetitions now, there hasn't been anything in this hand, but she's still putting her nose onto the hand because she knows that that's what's going to get her her click and her treat. Bailey, sit. Touch. Good girl. Very good. Every few minutes, make sure you break off and let them have a bit of a rest and relax. Now that she knows that putting her nose onto my hand means that she gets her click and her treat, I can start to make it a little bit more difficult. Bailey, touch. Good girl. Yeah. Good girl. So ask her to touch the hand and then move it just slightly, so she has to just take a couple of steps to get towards it. Again, as soon as she gets her nose onto my hand, I click and I give her a treat. Good girl. Touch. Good girl. Yay. Yeah. Come and get it. Good girl. Very clever girl. To extend the amount of time that they spend with their nose on your hand, withhold the click and the treat for just a second to start off with. Bailey, touch. Good girl. So I didn't click for a little while, just left it that second, and then I clicked, and then I go for a treat. And over time, she'll gradually keep her nose on there longer until she hears that click and the treat. If your dog tends to nudge at the hand and come away straight away, then just leave your hand there. Once you've given the command, leave your hand there and wait till they've touched it a second time. Once they've got that double nudge, then give them the click and the treat. And that will gradually turn from a double tap into a steady put the nose on and stay in there.